In this video, I'll be giving you guys 5 simple to follow tips on how to shave your balls without cutting yourself, because every guy has a horror story out there where they almost bled to death. What's up everybody, George here from GP Lives, helping you guys dress better, look better, and ultimately be better through style, tutorial, and tips videos like this. And in today's video, guys, I'm going to go over 5 tips on how to shave your balls without cutting yourself, because there's too many horror stories out there that I've heard and read about in my comments of guys almost bleeding out to death in the shower. If you guys are huge to the GP Lifestyle community, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you never miss when I upload a new video. Let's jump into it. Tip number 1, I have to set things straight that shaving your ball doesn't necessarily mean shaving them. Hear me out. What comes to your mind the first thing when you think about shaving? Grabbing a razor and going at it. Yes, technically that's what shaving is, but when it comes to shaving your balls, that is not necessarily what is always meant. I know previously in some of my Manscape videos I talked about, if you don't have anything, using, a razor with a skin guard, that definitely can still work, but if the razor's not new or sharp, or there's a lot of different factors that can happen. You can have a lot of hair pulling, you're way more prone to nicks when using a razor. But when it comes to shaving, you can get your same desired results if you were to, use a razor and get, like a close shave like you would on your face by using an actual manscaper or a pair of clippers. Tip number 2 is to use the right tool for the job. Why would you use your beard clippers, which are designed for your beard, down there? Way more prone to rice. And hair clippers down there, especially on your nuts, is a recipe for having ground beef as balls. Which brings me to today's video sponsor, Meridian Grooming. Meridian is a premium below-the-belt grooming company for men, and I've been using their comfort package for the last 5 to 6 months, since about actually late August. And what I love is their trimmer. It has a 100% waterproof design, a 6,000 RPM motor, a sharp yet safe ceramic blade, and patented anti-nick technology designed to be used on your most sensitive areas like your balls. Guys, I've been using this every single week, well, almost every 2 weeks on my balls, and not once have I had an accident in 5 to 6 months since I've been using it. And this just goes to show that even if you're not an expert at Manscaping, if you get the right tool for the job, it is going to make everything so easy. And what I love about it, they just don't stop there at providing you a high quality designed trimmer for your balls. They also include this anti-odor spray. Let me guess, you put on deodorant and antiperspirant for your armpits, but why not also your balls and your gooch pit? Because it can stink just as badly. Why just stop at making it look good? It got to smell good down there, and that'll overall help your confidence. If you guys are still on the fence about Meridian Grooming, whether this is really for you, be sure to check out my review video I'll leave up into the right hand corner, where I go more in depth about it and compare it to Manscaped as well. And if you guys are interested, you can also get 15% off your purchase using the code GPLifestyle15. Moving on. Tip number 3 was a recent discovery of mine, and that is to manscape when your nuts are hanging high. So what happens when it's warm, your nuts hang low, they're super wobbly, that skin is super malleable, you can really move it around. And what happens if you try to manscape with that? Every time you press it in, it sort of like molds to the shape of the thing. A clipper blade can get in there, that's when you really cut yourself. But here's a simple hack. Wait till the nuts are hanging high. Easy way to do this, take a cold shower. Manscape in a cold shower. Or just, wait till it's a cold day and that's when you decide to do your manscape. Because what happens here is when they hang high, they're trying to keep that sperm at a nice optimal temperature so it doesn't die. But what happens to that skin shrivels up. It's a lot harder. It's less flexible and movable. And that is your prime opportunity to manscape it, because there's much less of a chance that you're going to nick the skin, because they're not going to be as flexible and get into that blade. This is a big brain play that you guys have to try out. But please, like everything, please be safe. Tip number 4 on this list is the absolute best way that you're going to prevent cutting yourself, and that is to hover over the skin. Basically, when it comes to shaving your balls, a lot of guys think you got to get right down to the skin to get that, get all that bulk out. Well, not necessarily. You can do a fairly good job and probably be satisfied with the look and effort that you were going for just by hovering over the skin and taking that bulk out. I'm going to demonstrate on my arm what I mean, because I can't put my nuts on camera, but there's no way you're going to cut yourself if you don't make direct sustained contact with the skin. If you sort of just hover over as low as you can go to the skin and taking out most of the bulk, I'm pretty sure you're going to be satisfied with most of the effort that you got there. And now if you notice some hair is sticking down, you can sort of just brush it up with your hand and go over in the opposite direction. This is the absolute safest way. And if you're using something like the Meridian trimmer, that ceramic blade is a lot sharper and you're not going to be pulling and snagging hairs with some cheaper full steel blade clippers that usually happens. The fifth and final tip on this list is to maintain that clipper angle. Now, if that blade is going, it's spinning, it's cutting, the last thing you want to do is expose it directly without having that guard to support it. That guard is there, well, to guard it. Even if it's a built-in guard with like a zero guard, like the guard on the Meridian trimmer that I'm using, you want to maintain that angle because that is what's going to make sure that it is dummy-proof when you're cutting yourself. If you go a little higher than how it's built, or if you go opposite, you're definitely going to cut yourself. But if you maintain that and keep going in the same path, keeping safe, doing everything on this list and adding this on top, you're definitely not going to nip your balls. But definitely if you try to go, over it, or you try to fuck around with it and, not use it as how it was designed to be used, you're definitely going to cut yourself. So save yourself the hassle, maintain that angle with the guard when you're going over the actual hairs, and you'll prevent nicking your skin. There you guys have it. That is my 5 tips on how to shave your balls without cutting yourself. Hopefully I have saved 1 or 2 of you from having a near bleed out in the shower. If you guys made it this far into the video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, because if you made it this far into the video, I can tell you're way more serious about dressing better, looking better, and ultimately being better. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to Meridian Grooming for sponsoring this video. Be sure to check it out, linked in the description, as well as get 15% off your order using the code GPLifestyle15. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.